everyone. First of all, I just wanted to say that it is super hot here in BC. Oh my god, it's too hot. I can't handle it. Anyway, I found a relatively cool spot in my condo and I just wanted to come to you with this video just to talk about a few things that I've been thinking about lately. I wrote a few notes down, so I'll probably refer to my notes, but just a few things that I've been thinking about lately about this whole lifestyle. Number one being that, oh my god, there is so much information out there, and for someone who is, I wouldn't say that I'm new to this lifestyle. I've been aware of this lifestyle for, I don't know, probably at least 8 years, and attempting to transition myself onto, 100% raw lifestyle, before, and failed miserably quite a few times. But I just have to say that there's just so much information out there, and it's confusing. I'm sorry, it's so confusing. There's so many different variations of being vegan. You have your, of course, 100% vegan, 100% raw vegan, 80-10-10, starch solution, raw till 4 style. There's just so many different variations out there, and I think that there's good things about each of those different variations, but it's not a one-size-fits-all, so you really have to do your own homework and figure out what works for you. And just because something one way doesn't work for you doesn't mean that you failed or that you can't do this. No, it's just you haven't found what works for you yet. You need to find where your comfort zone is. And the best way to do that is to try different things. Try different variations of this lifestyle and see what works for you. I found that when I stuck to 100% raw, for me, I just felt like that was too restrictive. So, but I couldn't really find a happy place, because I find if I eat too much cooked foods, like cooked carbs or, steamed veggies, potatoes, rice, I find that I keep wanting to have those foods, and then it ends up trickling over into where I don't want to go. So I haven't yet found my happy place that works for me. I mean, my goal is weight loss, of course. For me, it's weight loss primarily, and I don't want to say that I'm vegan, because I think that has more involved in it than just strictly following a plant-based diet. At least in my opinion, being vegan is more about activism and animal rights, and it goes far beyond just the food part of it. So that's kind of where I'm at on that whole thing. I am committing to plant-based. I don't want to say that I'm a vegan because I'm not quite there yet. Yes, I've seen a few documentaries. I've watched Earthlings, Forks Over Knives, Food Matters, Food Inc., I think is what one is called. I've watched a lot of documentaries, and yeah, totally, there is a huge component of the ethics involved in not eating animal products. But I just think that being vegan is much more than just what you're eating. It's more than just that. So yeah, basically, you really have to just find what works for you. Just because someone else is doing it this way doesn't mean that's going to work for you. We all have different needs. We all have different reasons for why we eat the way that we do. So you really have to just try many different variations of this lifestyle and just find what works best for you. I find the best thing that I can say about finding what works for you is going onto YouTube, following other plant-based followers, other vegans, whether they're raw vegan or whichever way that they are, and finding those people that you can relate to, and also finding those people that they are where you want to be. I remember when I used to sell Mary Kay, and that was the one thing that we always would say is that you go up. It's all in who you hang out with. So if you want to become raw vegan, then follow raw vegans. Get to know what they are doing, and that's how you learn. And also doing their own research. So that's definitely some good advice that I would give is following people that you can relate to and who are heading in the way that you want to go, or they are where you want to be. I follow a lot of people on YouTube. A few in particular that I follow for sure that I definitely can relate to is Heather from Plant-Based Extreme Weight Loss. I totally relate to her. Definitely, she's somebody that I watch for her videos, and I always watch her videos. Eat the Rainbows, Heather. Also another one that I follow. Team Broccoli, Jenny, Tanny Raw, Lissa's Raw Food Romance. These are all people that I resonate with, and people that I relate to, and people who are where I want to go or where I want to head. So I follow those people on a very regular basis. They all have great advice. Tanny Raw, such a wealth of information. Everybody, they all are, but Tanny Raw I relate to especially because she's healed herself from lupus. I have lupus, so I can relate to that. One other important thing that I feel is very important is not trying to do so much all at once. Like not looking too far ahead. I think if you dial it back and focus on one day at a time, one meal at a time, one moment at a time, you're gonna really start to be more thoughtful in what you're eating and the choices that you're making. I find that a lot of times it's like I'm not thinking about what the choices that I'm making, and I'll eat something and it's like, that really wasn't something that I would have chosen had I really been thinking about, you know, what my goals are, why I'm doing this, and it just wouldn't have been something that I would have chosen. I have made a lot of mistakes. I still make mistakes, but I don't look at myself as a failure because I keep trying. I'm not going to give up. I know where I want to go. I know why I want to do this, which is very important. So I don't call these mistakes failures. I call them learning experiences, because I can sit back, I can reflect on it, and I can really think about, why did I make that choice? Was I really hungry when I ate what I ate? Or was it just because I was bored, or I was tired, or I was actually thirsty and not hungry? Or I was upset about something. I have a lot of food addictions, and I have emotionally ate probably, I would say, for the good majority of my life that I can recollect. I have had a hard life. I've gone through a lot of things as a child, experienced some things that, you know, you shouldn't experience when you're a young person. And of course all of that has shaped me into the person that I am today. So I have to learn to be easier on myself, and I need to really work through those issues. I strongly believe that if I don't work through those issues, that I'm I'm not going to get where I want to go. So first and foremost, it's definitely, the food is actually kind of the smallest part of this journey. It's getting through why you have done the things that you've done. You know, you don't gain weight just by the food that you eat. Yeah, it's a part of it, but eating your emotions, it's just so much more. I could make a whole other video about that, and maybe I will do that. I'll make another video about, you know, the things that I've gone through and kind of how I've worked through them, and I'm still working through them. But I don't want to make this such a long video today. So yeah, one day at a time, one meal at a time. Just focus on quality, not quantity. I'm not worried about calories or how many calories I'm eating or restricting calories. I'm not trying to get to a certain high number of calories. I'm just trying to focus on this plate that's in front of me right now, or what I want to make for dinner or for whatever I'm eating, and decide, you know, why I'm eating that, and just try to be more aware of what I'm eating and that sort of thing. And I also want to say, you know, just focus on adding in more good stuff instead of worrying about eliminating things. I find I get stressed out if I say, okay, I can't eat that anymore. Then it makes me want it even more. So instead of worrying about what I don't want to eat, I'm focusing on what I do want to eat and trying to add more and more of that into my diet every day. And eventually I'm hoping that I won't want to eat the bad stuff so much that it'll just kind of crowd it out. There'll be no more room for it. But that's of course a process, and that's where you have to be more aware of what you're eating so that you can make better choices. And that brings me to my final point, which is learning to listen to your body. Intuitive eating. Eating when you're hungry. Not stuffing yourself. Just finding your comfortable spot and stopping and being okay with that. Really thinking about why you're eating what you're eating. Is it that you're actually hungry? Or is it that you're thirsty? Or is it that you're bored? Or are you upset about something and you're eating your feelings? Because I do that a lot, and I'm sure a lot of people out there do that as well. You know, we all do that. But it's about making better choices. So for me, it's one day at a time. I'm not focusing on whether I'm vegan or raw vegan or whatever. I don't want to label myself. I just want to make better choices. I want to focus on plant-based. And I just want to become more aware of what I'm eating and be happy with the choices that I'm making, because sometimes I'm not happy with the choices that I make. And I know that it's because I've let myself get too hungry, or I've not prepared, or, you know, I've gone out and I haven't brought something with me that I could snack on until I can get back home and make something, you know. And it's easy for me to just fall back in and just eat whatever everybody else is eating. And, you know, I haven't built up that resolve yet to say, no, I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to wait, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. So I'm still working on that. So anyways, thanks for watching this video. For those of you that have recently subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the support, and I welcome any comments or questions in the comment section down below. And I will come back with more videos, recipe videos, grocery hauls, a lot of good stuff. And I just so appreciate all of the support that each and every one of you have given me. And until we meet again, that's it for now. So chat to you later. Bye.